Good morning. I want to share something I picked up from Roy Goebel in his book, Junkyard Wisdom Lent. Yeah, it talks about Luke chapter 18, verses 35 through 43. So Jesus is approaching Jericho. I'm going to paraphrase some of it. I'll read some of it. There's a blind beggar that was sitting by the side of the road. When he heard the noise and the crowd, he asked what was happening. He was told that Jesus of Nazareth was coming through. So he began shouting, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." And so the crowd just said, "Oh, you want to come over and meet this guy?" No, that's not what happened. The people in front yelled at him, "Be quiet." Ouch. But he only shouted louder, "Son of David, have mercy on me." So when Jesus heard, he stopped and he ordered the man to be brought to him. As the man came near, Jesus asked him, "What do you want me to do for you?" Well, it seems like a pretty straightforward, easy question to answer. "Lord," he said, "I want to see!" Exclamation point. Makes sense. Jesus said, "All right, receive your sight. Your faith has healed you." Instantly the man could see. And you know what? He followed Jesus, praising God, and all who saw it praised God too, even though some of those people were telling him to put a cork in it. So Jesus is on his way to Jerusalem. And back in Luke chapter 9, verse 51, it says that Jesus set his face resolutely to Jerusalem, knowing that he would suffer there. And this is just another stop along the road. So I like how Goebel puts it. Each day the beggar was forced to plead and scrape in total darkness just to get by, just to survive. No doubt he had his patterns. Oh, it's 73 steps from the best place, from where I sleep to the best place where I can beg, from sleeping mat to begging spot. And then there's maybe that shopkeeper that usually would come by and give him just like a little scrap of fish or something. And he'd feel the hand, in his hand, a cup of cold water from the local woman who would bring that. These habits are both necessary but also just heartbreaking. I just can't imagine what it'd be like to be this person. But everything is about to change. The beggar heard the stories about Jesus, and so he knew who Jesus was, what he was about. And so he yells out, "Jesus, Son of David." Now, the only time that I have really screamed the name of Jesus, it was my bachelor party quite a few years ago. I was up in Wisconsin Dells, and they had this ride called the Skyscraper. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but it was like NASA G-forces, NASA quality G-forces, scared the daylights out of me. And I was just screaming the name of Jesus. And I still laugh about it. And Jesus is glad I'm off there because he probably couldn't even hear other people's prayers for a while because I was screaming so loud till it ended. And then I encouraged all of my friends to get on there as well. They enjoyed it probably a little bit more than I did. But nobody's paying attention to Jesus, or to the guy, so he screams louder. And so Jesus has some people go get him. They bring him over. "What do you want me to do for you? I want you to see." But here's where Roy Goebel takes maybe a little bit different tack. Because normally we hear this story, it's like, yeah, I'd be one of the guys that brought him over. I'd be one of the people that, helped him out. So as our road trip gets closer to Jerusalem, Roy says he's haunted by this story. Whose cries am I ignoring? Are there some people that are crying out around you and it's kind of like, "Hey, quiet over there"? Who are you telling to be quiet and why? Then he asks, this Lent, I wonder what will happen if we ask others what Jesus asks. What do you want me to do for you? That's an open-ended thing, isn't it? But what are the cries that, somehow it's like, I've heard them for so long, I don't want to respond to them. And the other question is, am I willing to ask, what do you want me to do for you? There's so many stories in the Bible where, man, I want to identify not with the people that crucified Jesus, but with the people who stood at the cross and cried. But take a look in our own hearts, and I'll tell you what, for me, the ultimate answer is it's both. There's definitely been a time where I would have been on the wrong side, and I'd like to think most of the time I'm on the right side. Jesus helped me with that, and may he help you as well. God bless you. Have a great week.